Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. In this video here, you can see that there's water in the light fixture. Now this light is a very good light, it worked very well, but it had a short life and I don't know how water got in the casing. But you can see there's some water in there. Now this is how it's supposed to look like, nice and clean. The light fixture is located at the back of the house, so we have to use a ladder to access it. So I just removed it, so this is what it looks like. So you got two wires there, a positive and negative. I put on some gloves here before I start, and we're going to try to find out how the water entered the light fixture. So this is what I'm going to show you. We'll loose out the four screws in the front. The LED light inside is badly damaged and it cannot be repaired, but it's on a circuit board, so I have to order the circuit board. So I tried to look for the circuit board, but I couldn't find it, so I tried to see if I could get at least one side to work, but it didn't happen, and I had to end up getting a new light. So I'm gonna try to clean it and take a look at the circuit board. But before we throw away this light, we're gonna try to find out where the leak came from. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna test the light to see if it works. Because I just cleaned it out, I drained out the water. Just want to see if it works. So don't attempt this unless you're skilled with electrical wiring. So do not attempt this. This is just for a test. Okay, I put the neutral wire in and then the hot wire. The current is actually live, so you can get shocked if you try this method. I just connected the power to the light and no light is coming on, which means that the left and right bulb or left and right LED fixture works in conjunction with one another. So if one side is badly damaged, it probably damaged the circuitry inside. So definitely this, see, you can see here a little bit of light is coming on, but that's not enough. It just came on and it came off back. So which means that the circuitry inside the housing is damaged, and in order to fix that, it will require me to order the exact wattage and type to replace it. So this light is about 5 years old, and sometimes what the company does, they stop producing it. So then if you want to go and look for a part for it, you're not going to find it. And then the wattage rating of it is very different. So if you try to put it on, then you have a damaged housing, not going to work. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is disconnect the power, and here we're going to try to find out how come the water came into the housing. So I'm going to show you here what happened. So let's disconnect the back part of the housing. There's a couple of screws behind here, and I want to know if I put it in wrong or if it's the manufacturer fault. I use some WD-40. The screw is stuck. There's a gasket behind here, and I'll show it to you a little more closer. But that's what seals the back of the housing. Let's see the front. So this is a circuit board. The LED lights connect to it, but you cannot fix this. It cannot be fixable. You can't just take them out and then replace. You got to replace the entire board. But then you see, that's the thing. If the lights are blown out, and that can probably cause a short circuit, then the whole unit is damaged. So it doesn't make sense. So this is the board here. This close-up view of the bulbs. The water got in and started short circuiting the electronics inside. So that's why it's not good to try to look for a circuit board and try to fix it. Better just get a whole new unit. But we're going to analyze the back of the housing and see what went on in there. Okay, so this is the back of the housing. You can see there's a gasket there. And what I noticed about the gasket was all around it was clear and clean, except for one part that was dirty. And that's the part where the water came in. So if they was to put on a better gasket, then I wouldn't have this problem and the light will still be lighting on to now. So certain things you buy, sometimes the manufacturer don't do a great job of putting it together. So right now I'm going to try to light it with just one side. So disconnect the circuit board on one side of the bulb and see if the other side is going to light, but with no luck there, it didn't come on. So I set the motion sensor to test, and once it's on test mode, it's going to come on even though it's daytime. I'm up on the ladder now, so I'm going to try to install the new light. So this is the bracket for it. Just got to get it around the wire. And what I noticed was that the wire is kind of short and the light fixture needed to extend the wire. So I'm going to show you how to extend the wire if your wire in the outlet is short. Before installing the new light, you want to clean out any remaining caulking that's from the previous job. So you want the surface nice and flat and clean, so when you put on the light, you have a nice clean surface and a flat surface to work on, almost flat surface. But you don't want to put new caulking over old caulking, so you just take your time and remove the old caulking. But in this video here, you don't see it, but I have one hand holding onto the ladder, and the other hand, I'm using it to remove the caulking. So always have one hand holding the ladder while you use the other hand. Don't try to use both hands when you're standing on the ladder. Use one hand at a time. Otherwise, you could fall off. This is the base for the new light, and we just have to hook the two wires through it and then connect it to the negative and positive. I didn't put in the ground on this one, but you're supposed to put in the ground. But since the unit is all plastic, I didn't bother putting the ground. But you can see in this video here that, or this clip, that the wire is too short. So I'm going to show you how to extend that. This is a wire cutter, a 12 gauge wire we're going to use. So that's the neutral one, the white one, and the black one is the hot one. So anytime you're working on electrical wiring, you want to make sure the power is off. So you go to your circuit breaker and click off the power. Here we're going to use this push type wire connector to connect the hot wires together and the neutral wires together, because we're extending it so we can be able to connect it to the housing. Okay, so we got the connectors in, so you just want to connect a metal bracket that's going to be used to hold in the housing. Here's the housing, and if you notice, I have a cap on the hot wire, which is a black wire, and that's a safety precaution just in case the power gets turned back on, so that way I don't get shocked. The wire is a little stiff, so you have to use the pliers to adjust it. I use some DAP cork in here to seal around the base so the water doesn't get in. This is a fast drying one, about 20 minutes. I use this tool here to shape the caulking around the base. It gives it a neater finish. This is the LED light, the new one, and it fits over the base. All you do is just push it in and put a screw on it and you're done. All you gotta do now is just adjust the light and the sensor the way you want it to point, and you can run the test mode on it and test it in the day. Thank you for watching. Hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Bye bye.